Hey, RetconRaider here, and welcome back to Pathfinder, the Lord of Nothing. As today, we continue trying to get our bearings in this bleak, frozen wasteland. Who knows what other chilling encounters await us just beyond the next drift. I did not change anything on our character builds, I just cleaned up our hotbars. Because apparently this DLC does give us access to a retrainer. So worst case scenario, I can just respec as needed. So we'll just push on. Hopefully we can get some actual use from fragmenting shot. I guess it does seem pretty unlikely they'd set up this whole cold-themed mythic path and then throw you up against nothing but cold-resistant enemies. But we will see. Oh. Hi. Ah, I see. That is fantastic. I love that entrance. Alright, so we're up against undead. Good girl. Oh boy, these are some pretty fast zombies. Oh, you. Alright, our melee heavy party has now been stranded. Thankfully, we already have Gaia and Grim engaged, so that does make things slightly easier. Oh, Sentry, what are we going to do with you? Not a lot of great options for this fight, but I guess Magic Missile? No, wait, yes, we have this thing. +20 charges, might as well burn them off. Nice. Hey, look at that, he's immune to cold. Go figure. I mean, yeah, to be fair, this is from back in the day when undead were still innately cold resistant. That took some real getting used to with the newer editions. Resistances are weird in 5e.
I got this.
Hey, good girl. Looking pretty good here. Huh. That's actually not a terrible move, considering we can only really touch him with range attacks right now. Wait, why can't... Oh, touch range. Right. Just hang tight, I guess. Get longer arms. Nice. Oh boy. I gotta say, it is very satisfying to finally see Grim just completely rocking someone. That's fine. That's fine. At least you're engaged. Ranger's out. Nicely done, Aiden. And I feel like it's a bit late for that, but sure. I suppose I can understand an urge to hasten your demise. And we're good. Wow, that was an easy one. Okay, okay. Yeah, this might be a slight problem. And there's our second act savior.
Halt! Who goes there? Reveal yourself.
Oh, I love your voice. A wounded angel limps toward you. Patches of ice, like lesions on a leper, eat away at his body, and his frostbitten wings suggest he will probably never fly again. Still, his gear is in impeccable shape, and his armor is polished to a mirror sheen. He watches you intently with the gaze of a veteran soldier, exhausted, but unwavering.
We're Crusaders from Canabras. Well, that is to say, we weren't formally recruited, but they did make the offer. And if it weren't for that rascal with the horrible mask...
Sentry waves amiably at the stranger.
Hush, you chatterbox.
Rekhart scowls unconvincingly at Sentry, more from habit than hostility.
Crusaders. Praise be to the Dawnflower. Long have I waited, and at last, reinforcements have arrived.
The angel enunciates the words carefully, as if handling a fragile jewel. Hail and well met, friend. You're quite a strange sight for these parts. Who are you?
Stalmar, captain of the Blazing Squadron, in service to the most radiant Sarenrae.
Stifling a grimace of pain, the angel raises his mutilated hand in salute.
Oh, wonderful, a cavalryman! But where's your horse?
The Abyss claimed my steed, yet nothing may relieve me of my duty nor my rank.
You don't look well, friend. What's happening to you? What frostborn phage can fell an angel?
The treachery of the Abyss, and my own recklessness.
The angel looks with disgust at the diseased, icy lesions covering his fingers.
Well, maybe we can heal you. I've a frostbite balm here somewhere. I swear by my first aid kit, it works miracles.
No balm could help me, but I thank you for your kindness.
Tell me, friend. What do you know of the strange masked figure who brought us here? The one that we dispatched ruthlessly, as I'm sure you're well aware. Not a friend of yours, was he?
An enemy. A servant of the demon lord Sithard. In destroying him, you have performed a truly noble deed.
There's that name again, Sithard. Never heard of him. Have Discari and Baphomet made themselves a new friend?
Rekhart muses, scratching his stubble.
No, indeed. Sithard has been performing all manner of wickedness and villainy since long before the invasion began. According to my intelligence, the leaders of the invasion have no knowledge of him. Before we proceed, let us retreat to my sanctuary. I shall tell you my story in full, for it is now your story as well. It is a long tale, too long for such a dangerous setting as this.
Smart, but don't even think about weaseling out of telling us. Once we're somewhere safe, you spill.
Of course.
Oh. It is safe here. Or as safe as anywhere can be in this wretched place. Stalmer leans against the wall, letting his frozen shoulders relax. I am ready to report on my long watch and on what I have learned of our enemy. I believe I have a battle plan. You're really something, huh? Looking like death and already planning for the next battle. Personally, after getting stuck in the abyss thanks to some dimwit in a hat. The only thing I'm trying to plan is how we're going to make it through another day without any food or warm clothes. I don't think we're in any danger of starving or freezing to death. Sithod and his minions, however, they do pose a danger. I'm sorry, how exactly are cold and hunger not a problem? We're not all angels like you. The portal you used to get here is closed, but the connection between the worlds remains. You can use the shard to restore and stabilize the portal. I understand there's some sort of a tavern there? Very fortunate. Well then. Sentry, his eyes burning with blue flame, makes a series of gestures with his hands. If that masked madman could do it, then so can I. Let's see now. There, it's working. That solves the food and lodging issue. Unfortunately, these are mere trifles. So, shall we head there straight away? I swear on, the beauty of an exquisitely carved goblet. What you need is a cozy chair by a fireplace, and some mulled wine. Thank you, but I cannot leave this place. Raise a glass for me when you are back in Golarion. Of course, I think we can do that. But now, down to business. What can you tell us about these strange shards? I know much about them, yet at the same time, too little. The angel looks down at his damaged hands. They are Sithod's soul shards, pieces of his essence. His power and his corruption are stored within them. I do not know how this fiend's soul became fractured, but I do know what happens to the mortals who are burdened by its fragments. They gain power, but also slowly transform into abominations, who serve only Sithod. No way, who could have seen this coming? Sentry reaches nervously for his glowing eye. Oh my. I knew it. I knew we were getting ourselves into a proper spot of bother. Oh, blast it all, said the strangely PG-13 Rekhart. What can you tell us about this Sithod? Until recently, I'd never even heard of him. I do not know much, but I shall tell you all I know. When fighting such secretive enemies, every morsel of information is of great value. Alright, well, let's start with the question I just asked. Who is Sithod? A demon lord, ancient and long forgotten, the master of ice and bones. He was very powerful once, but he was defeated in the endless demonic struggle for supremacy. His domain was usurped by other lords, while he himself, wounded and humiliated, hid in the furthest corner of the abyss. For millennia, he has been licking his wounds, dreaming of revenge. The ice crystals, like the one you took from that masked lunatic, are his soul shards. I do not know how his soul was split, nor how its shards came to be in the mortal realm, but I have no doubt that he wishes to reclaim what was lost. We must not allow that to happen. I see. And what of his servants? What can you tell us about them? His mortal followers, frost giants, were the ones to build this Spain in his name. The angel points at the cyclopean stones around you. They are long dead now. I doubt he has any cultists left on Golarion, aside from the masked lunatic you killed. I mean, that seems pretty unlikely, but sure. He has few demonic servants left. Only those deformed abominations who wander around. Abracandalu are the lowest of demons, incarnations of ugliness and destruction. The fact that they are who has remained with Sithod when the others have perished speaks volumes about his nature. Sithod's most dangerous servant is his herald, a giant ice-covered Nelfeshni demon. I catch glimpses of him from time to time, watching me from afar. I believe he is too cowardly to confront me openly, and awaits an advantageous moment to strike. So that's who was spying on us. Nelfeshni? Those huge boars? Huh, shouldn't be too hard to beat a piece of frozen pork. I mean, let's not get ahead of ourselves here, Sentry. Those guys are like CR12. And you're certain this Sithod isn't in league with Baphomet or Discari? No. Had they known of Sithod, they would long ago have seized the remnants of his domain to use as a foothold from which to attack Golarion. Even the masked lunatic was careful to evade the servants of Baphomet and Discari. Sithod is playing his own game, and secrecy is his only ally. Very well. I have no reason to question that for now. Why don't you tell me about yourself? Stalmer, right? Ask your questions. I have nothing to hide. All right. Well, let's start with the one I just asked. You mortals call us angels. My name is Stalmer. I am the captain of the Blazing Squadron in service to most radiant Sarenrae. And how'd you end up here? Through my own foolishness. I stumbled upon this place while patrolling the borders of the mortal realm. I should have reported it and called for reinforcements. Instead, I saw only weak demons and thought I could handle it alone. Foolish, reprehensible arrogance. After driving the demons away, I discovered this fane, within which lay the frozen skeleton of a giant, clad in shamanic garments. It rose to its feet and began casting unholy spells at me. But my spear was faster, and I slew it with ease. Then an ice shard, just like yours, emerged from its remains. I planned to claim it as a trophy, but instead it embedded itself in my palm. What do they teach you angels up there in heaven, anyway? Around here, even the daftest rookie knows you don't grab unidentified magical items with your bare hands. Says the guy who just grabbed an unidentified magical item with his bare hand. I passed out from the pain. When I came to, my steed was gone, and well, you can see what had happened to me. The shard had crippled me. It had taken my strength and made me a prisoner of this accursed fane. I couldn't leave, couldn't send word to my comrades. All that was left was to watch and wait for reinforcements. You do look pretty rough. All of that is from the ice shard? Nothing else happened? Sithod's soul shard has taken root within me. To mortals it grants power, but not to angels. Its taint is like poison, eating away at me from within. Times beyond counting I have contemplated ending my suffering. But duty is paramount. I have no right to dwell on my own misery while Sithod's soul shards continue to corrupt the mortal realm. I can appreciate that. I think Grim would as well. Commendable. Thank you for the answers. I have no secrets from you. So what can you tell me about this place? This fane, you called it? Yes, this used to be Golarion, an unholy fane of the giants where they worshipped Sithod. Somehow it was dragged into the abyss where Sithod annexed it. This glacier is of great strategic importance. It is positioned between Golarion and Sithod's lair in the abyss. From here, one can watch the bearers of the soul shards in the mortal realm. Moreover, the shards are drawn to each other and to this place. No matter where a shard is, a portal can be opened to it from here. So that's how that masked blackguard found us. And that means we can reach the other shard bearers too. Rekhart rubs his stubble pensively. But should we? Ah, okay, it's starting to come together. Tell me, Stalmer, how do we stop Sithid? This shrine belongs both to Golarion and to the Abyss. Sithid's soul shards pull them together, and the more of them there are, the stronger the pull. Mortals cannot feel it, but I can sense how unnatural this place really is, how thin the fabric of reality grows. If we gather enough shards, it will tear. I am sure of it. Great, just what we need. Another world wound on Golarion. People will be lining up to thank us for sure. The Fane was located somewhere in the mountains of Old Sargeras, so the rift will indeed lead to the territory of the World Wound. A dreadful place, ravaged by demonic hordes. But above it stretches the living sky of Golarion. I will need only a moment to send word to Sarenrae. I thought gods couldn't intervene in mortal wars. How will Sarenrae prevent the whole situation from descending into a world-ending free-for-all with demons, angels, devils, and all the rest? The goddess is wise and powerful. Once she hears my plea, she will know how to intervene without provoking a new conflict. So, let me get this straight. Our plan is to pray and hope for a miracle? Terrific. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Rekhart. He makes a good point, Stalmer. Surely there's a simpler way to get Sarenrae's attention? What kind of miracle did you have in mind? Do you mean going to a temple? The goddess receives countless prayers with each passing moment. Your voice would be lost amongst them. A powerful enough priest could help, but how could we explain where to find this accursed glacier? We need a beacon to light the way, and that beacon will be me. I don't know, man. What about these portals? You mentioned that they go all over Golarion. Couldn't you just step through one and summon her from the other side? No, I have tried in vain. These portals are meant for mortals, not for me. Gosh, how terribly convenient. Well, tell us this then. If we were to go with your plan, how would we even find the other shards? Just like the masked cultist did. This Fane has portals that lead to other bearers. There are 4 of them, and with my shard and the 2 you have, that makes 7 in total. Ah, so we can spread them 2 per main. And how will we persuade them to come with us? Like we did with the masked one. Rekhart slides a finger across his throat. Our little angel here doesn't just want us to get the shards, right? We have to bring the wretched things back in our own bodies. Yes. The angel bows his head. I must ask this sacrifice of you. I am certain the goddess will find a way to free you of the shards. Fat chance. More like cleanse the shards with holy fire. And us along with them. Yeah, I'm not really sure that's the direction they're going with this. Honestly, based on what we've heard thus far, my money is on Stalmer already being corrupted. He did say that these stones eventually transform creatures into servants of Sithid, and he's definitely looking like he's been here for quite some time. I mean, seriously, his plan is to gather the shards of the Demon Lord's scattered soul reunite them, and then tear a hole in the fabric of reality, essentially rebuild the Demon Lord, and then give it immediate access to the mortal realm. But I suppose we literally have no choice, so... You're sure about this? You really think this will work? I trust in the goddess. There is no other plan. Okay, understood. Thank you for agreeing to help me. Yeah, don't mention it. Like I said, I literally had no choice. Like we have a choice. Damn it, the angel's not telling us everything. Trust in the goddess. Ha! I'm telling you, once we've got them all, he'll say we've all got to be sacrificed to Sarenrae. Or worse. Yeah, we are almost on the same wavelength. He's just, ironically, a bit more optimistic than I am. Since I don't think Stalmer is going to call Sarenrae at all. You see deceit everywhere you look. Don't be such a cynic. A moment ago, we thought we were all going to die from cold or hunger. And now look, we have a way back to Golarion, a new ally, and even a plan. We'll get through this. Why do you trust us with this? You said yourself that these stones corrupt mortals, and we're carrying 2 of them. How do you know we haven't already been corrupted? Good question. We're in the abyss, if you hadn't noticed. Lies and deception abound. What if we're just pretending to be crusaders? Did you think of that before giving away your whole plan? All the shards are connected to one another, and to this cursed place. The masked lunatic used his to pursue you, and I, in turn, have been keeping an eye on him. I saw your heroic deeds in Canabras. That is more than enough reason for me to trust you. Fair enough. I guess that's that then. We'd best be off. May Sarenrae light your way. Uh-huh. You too. Yeah, I don't really see this ending well, but we're locked in, so, you know, who knows? Maybe I'm completely off base. I guess we'll see. Let's finish looking around. The poor souls are trapped in the ice. Oop. Forbiddance. This area is sealed against planar travel, be it by means of teleportation, plane shifting, or traversing the astral or ethereal plane. Forbiddance cannot be dispelled and persists until all frozen gates are destroyed. The wall starts to vibrate slightly as you approach. It seems to be reacting to the presence of Sithud's soul fragment that you carry within your heart. Yeah. That definitely makes it feel like Sithud is sealed within this icy tomb. And Stalmer over there is really just setting us up to free him. But again, we'll see. Who knows? Maybe Sarenrae will swoop down on a golden swan at the end of all this to destroy Sithud and seal the rift and kiss our boo-boos and send us on our way. And everyone will live happily ever after. And meanwhile, the commander of the crusade will be off in the middle of the world wound, wondering why other gods didn't just come in and do that with Baphomet and Discari 100 years earlier. Hideous abyssal plants are encased in grotesque ice blocks. Oh, missed some loot over here. Right. That was that was 2 of the guys who dropped down on top of us. But it does not appear there's an area up there that we can actually get to. We're showing loot on the south side? Oh, there it is. Ooh. Cold Iron Longsword +1 and a Ring of Protection. Nice. I'll take it. Hopefully we've got access to a vendor back in the tavern.
Here comes trouble.
Oh. Oh. Hi. We were in and out so fast they didn't have time to finish ambushing us. Sorry about that. We'll be right there. I'm not too worried about these guys. We dispatched that first group pretty handily.
Damn you!
Do need to watch that reprisal damage, though.
Don't hold back! Die!
Goodness. Oof. Painful, but still better than level drains. And we're good, though that was a bit more painful than I'd like. Fortunately, I do get the distinct impression we're about to rest. I imagine we'll head back to the tavern, and that'll be our de facto base of operations for this adventure. A place to rest and resupply. Let's give it a gander. Maybe we'll see some familiar faces. Okay, well, we are definitely in the right place. Albeit emptier. Seems awfully dark. But we do have people. Hey, folks, don't mind me, just a rock man coming out of your basement. The demons are done for, I'm telling ya. The demons are done for, I'm telling ya. So many dead. It's so dull without a musician around. Langrat played his violin so beautifully. So no Langrat then? That's a shame. Yeah, I guess most of the people we saved wouldn't have much incentive to stick around. Hey, it's Gemmel. So, you're back. I am. What year is it? How long has it been? What happened here while we were away? The demons were driven out, then the Queen came. She announced a crusade. Everyone who wanted to fight left, and the rest have stayed. Rebuilding, little by little. Right, of course. Remind me, who are you again? It's been so long. Gemmel Hawks, tavern keeper. He scratches his bald head and adds, not a vampire. Right, of course. By ancient vampire edict, you could never lie about such a thing. I trust you implicitly, Gemmel. Tell me, I need the services of a priest. Do you know where I can find one? Tough luck. Everyone's gone to war. The albino is silent for a moment, and then adds with a sigh. Fine. This tavern is a temple of Caden Kalian, so I'm a bit of a priest myself. If you really need it, I could read a scroll or something. I don't deal in them, though. Only booze. Fair enough. Tell me, my mortal non-vampire friend, what news of the city? None. And we're all better for it. Haven't finished rebuilding all that burned down after the last piece of news. The tavern keeper furrows his brow and shakes his head, as if chasing away bad memories. The Queen is gone, as well as the Crusaders. People say they're going to retake Dresden. Well, I wish them luck. That is an ambitious undertaking. Hopefully they found a commander who's up to the task. Someone stalwart and brave, of towering stature with unbreakable constitution, and a noble steed and righteous allies at his back. But, knowing this place, probably not. Regardless, I have my own business to tend to. Show me your wares, friend. Silently, the tavern keeper passes you the menu. And access to a vendor. Fantastic. Gloves of the Neophyte. That's not bad. I think we could actually afford those. Though, of course, we'll want to weigh it against our other options first. Hard to say how often we'll be able to come back here. Dark Veil's pretty solid, but it's pricey and once per day. Dark Omen. Too pricey, too much of a crapshoot. We don't know if we'd be running into foes who would be vulnerable to those particular spells. Assorted crafting stuff. Let's see what else we've got here. I'm not drunk. You're drunk. We'll cut them all down. No one can beat us. And I. Oh, right. Sing a song, my little songbird, for those who fought and those we've lost. Healer and I sits at a table piled with empty bottles, singing a mournful song. It takes her a moment to focus her gaze on you and remember who you are. Oh, you survived after all. That's good. You keep it up. Well, don't just stand there like a fool. Take a seat. Let's raise a glass to those who weren't so lucky. Of course, my friend. But, it's been quite a day. Could you remind me? Forgot me already, huh? You must drink even more heavily than I do. Name's Anai. I'm a healer. If not for you and your help, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. She raises her mug. A toast to you. Live long. Be well. Right, of course. Healer and I do remember you. You were more sober last time we met, weren't you? This is new. Does it happen often? Every week. It's been getting better lately, though. Used to drink myself blind every day. What else could I do? She gives a loud belch and takes another swig. I used to think I was too old to be surprised by anything. I'd seen hellfire burn, smelled ulcers that'd make you vomit, patched up every single wound a human body can bear. Then the demons came, and their victims flooded to my door, seeking help. That's when I realized I hadn't seen anything yet. Not a damn thing. You understand? And I shakes her head, tears welling in her eyes. I could never have imagined what they could do to a living body. People twisted and broken in the most unnatural ways, yet still somehow alive. They asked me why I didn't join the Crusaders, and I tell them that someone had to stay behind and watch over the local nitwits. For you, though, the truth. I was scared. No, not of the demons. May the abyss swallow them. I was scared of what they do to folk. Here, I'm just an old drunk. There, I'd have been an old drunk. And crazy to boot. Oh boy, yeah, I can't really fault you on that. That's just rough all around. Let's raise a drink to the fallen, then. To the dearly departed. You and I both raise your mugs and drink. Oh, there were so many, all dead now. But you're still kicking. I was so sure you'd passed. Now don't you dare die, you hear me? Look, take this. Take it, I say. Don't make me worry about you more than I have to. God's willing, you won't need it. Oh, thank you. I mean, sadly, we will almost certainly need this stuff, but this will certainly help. Hey, you be safe out there. Don't die. And if you do, don't haunt me in my dreams. I will certainly try. Storage chest. Nice place for us to dump all the extraneous items we no longer need. A bunch of filler NPCs. Venrad. Venrad. Do we know him? Ah, you're alive! Sergeant Venrad, who you met in the cave under Canabris, salutes you with a beer mug. Never thought I'd see you again. To tell you the truth, wasn't sure I'd make it out of that bloodshed alive either. Miracle it is. Right. That's the guy we recruited our 3 non-story companions from. Right at the end of the first part of Through the Ashes. Wow. Venrad, so you made it out alive, did you? It's good to see you again. How are you holding up? After we took the city back, it took a while for the brass to decide what to do with me. Some wanted to reward me for saving the soldiers, others to condemn me for cowardice. In the end, it was the Queen herself who made the decision, bless her. For demonstrating great discretion and prudence, I was to be promoted. Didn't think I was right for the front, though. Other qualities are needed in the field, she said. Captain Venrad was to stay behind in Canabris, dealing with paperwork and gathering reinforcements. It is what it is. Venrad takes a swig. A promotion, sort of, but nothing to boast about. Anyhow, can't complain. Could have been court-martialed instead. That is very true. Always look on the bright side, etc., etc. Good luck. See you later. Sister Charisma. Of all the characters I expected to run into here, that was definitely not on my list. What do you want? A tall woman looks up from her notebook. Wow, it's Sister Charisma. Safe and sound and behind a bar table, not behind bars. And here I thought I'd never see you again. The rumors were that you died or fled the city. Rumors are like weeds. They're not sown, they're not reaped. They just spring up all over the place on their own. I take it you two know each other? I used to work for her, doing various jobs. A long time ago. In another life. If you were smarter, Corkscrew, you could have been my right hand. But no, you left your family to join the do-gooders. Don't worry, I know you didn't rat us out, and I have no quarrel with you. But what did you get in return for your service for the Crusaders? Bugger all. Was it worth it? It was, sister. Rekhart looks into Charisma's eyes for a long time. Eventually, she looks away. All right, live your life. It's your choice. Well, that certainly wasn't awkward. Rekhart, who's your friend? I am called Charisma. I am a practitioner of, various crafts. I used to own a laundry, and now I own a construction firm. Do you now? How terribly convenient, given the current state of Canabris. Laundry, right. Rekhart chuckles. I remember your portrait plastered on every other post in the city. I just can't quite recall what was written underneath. It must have been an advertisement for your firm. I don't know what you're talking about. In any case, that's all in the past. You know, those horrible demons burned so much when they attacked the city. Charisme smiles sweetly, like a well-fed cat. Guard records, court archives, bank books. So much was lost that I fear we'll never know what was written on those portraits, if they even existed at all. Clever. That means Charisme is now an upstanding citizen in the eyes of the law. I wonder how long that'll last. Yeah, still awkward. I see you took the best spot in the tavern. And why not? I can afford it. The tavern is an excellent place to conduct business. Much better than some dusty shop. I have no one to hide from and nothing to fear. Whoever has business with me knows where to find me. During the siege, this exact spot was where Irabeth set up her headquarters. And now they're my headquarters. The do-gooders left to fight, and safe travels to them. This table will now serve us. All right, Corkscrew, it's been nice chatting with you, but I'm a busy person. If you have business, lay it on the table. If not, be on your way. As a matter of fact, I do have business. Can you scrounge up some gear for me? Nothing dangerous or forbidden. Just stuff you used to be able to buy from the shops. But this city isn't a great place for shopping nowadays. Rekhart writes something on a piece of paper and hands it to Charisme. Here. Can you find it? This one, no problem. You can't find this now, but I will look. I might have some left in storage. Don't even bother asking for this one. The Crusaders took all of it. And what's this? Where am I supposed to find something like that? Charisme scratches the bridge of her nose and slips Rekhart's paper into her notebook. I'll get you what I can. Payment in cash only. You wound me. Have I ever asked for credit? Well, so long. Pretty sure that was supposed to be Rekhart. So, Charisme, tell me about yourself. You seem like quite the versatile entrepreneur. Is there anything you don't do? What do you care? Are you from the Guard? I'm a businesswoman. I accept gold in exchange for goods. And that's all you need to know. That's certainly fair. You mind if I ask why you call Rekhart Corkscrew? That's what everyone called him back in the day. Now he'd prefer to forget it. And I don't like when people forget who they are and where they came from. That is also fair. Well, let's see what you've got. Here's everything I managed to get. Ooh. And just a big old pile of generic magic items. Plus, some uniques in the mix. Oh, some of these actually look really useful. That's new. You know, based on what Stalmer told us, I bet we will be facing giants. Oh man, there's a lot of stuff here that would be super useful. Oh, that especially. That would be perfect for Kanos. Though, sadly, this, I don't believe, will be of any use to us. Though I am very surprised to see it in the hands of the Thieflings. Poor Staunton. Alright, well, obviously I've got a fair bit of inventory management ahead of us. We have a boatload of vendor trash to get rid of. Oh, we might have people outside, too. But you know what, no. We're already past time, and my throat, as you can probably tell, is getting pretty worn down here. So, I'll tell you what. We'll hit the pause button for now. I'll peek outside myself. If it's another vendor, we'll skip the dialogue. I'll do our shopping off-screen. And we will pick up here next time. Rested, re-equipped, and ready to go after our first ice shard. See you then. Oh, and special thanks to the Raiders, the fine folks who help make these videos possible, including but not limited to Revenant, Alois, CrowkingLoR, Dragon Matrix 7, Drakiith, EreV23, EgonAlter, Exsellsior, Gottlieb, James Trimmier, Kazorm, Mark Giemza, Nathan Welch Jr., OverlordPherom, RandomPassrby, RobbyB, Tomasz Piątkowski, Triphoppenskip, and Valinrook. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, if you'd also like to help support the channel, then feel free to push the buttons that do the things. Trust me, it does make a difference. Or you could even check out the PayPal, the Patreon, the Nexus GG, or the YouTube memberships. Links are in the description.
Hush, you chatterbox.